You walk into a room. You haven't said a word. Nobody has spoken to you. But in the next 4 seconds, you already know who is uncomfortable, who is performing, who smiled too fast, and who is quietly carrying something heavy. You didn't choose to scan the room. You just did. Automatically. Instantly. Like a program running in the background that nobody asked to install. Most people would call that a gift, being perceptive, being emotionally intelligent, being the person who just gets it. But here is what nobody tells you. When your awareness runs this hot, it stops being a gift. It becomes a trap. You are trying to have a conversation, a simple one, coffee with a friend. But you are not really there. You are cataloging. That pause before they answered, the way their smile didn't quite reach their eyes, the slight tension in how they said, "I'm fine." Your brain is taking notes faster than the conversation is moving. And while you are busy analyzing, the actual moment is passing. This is the curse of hyper-awareness. You are present enough to notice everything, but too busy processing to actually experience anything. The people who notice the most often enjoy the least. Not because they care less, because they cannot stop the machinery long enough to just be somewhere. This level of awareness does not appear from nowhere. It comes from one of two places. The first group were simply born this way. Researchers call them highly sensitive people, roughly 15 to 20% of the population. Their nervous systems process sensory and emotional information more deeply than average. Not a disorder, a neurological trait present from birth. The second group learned it. As children, in environments where reading the room was not a preference, it was a survival strategy, where knowing your parents' mood before they walked through the door meant the difference between a calm evening and a chaotic one. The brain adapted. It built a surveillance system because it had to. And that system, designed for a childhood that no longer exists, kept running into adulthood. One group was wired sensitive. The other was trained vigilant. Both arrived at the same place, a mind that never fully switches off. Neuroscientists have a name for what happens inside a highly aware brain when it has nothing specific to do. The default mode network. It is the network that activates when you are not focused on an external task. In most people, it wanders, daydreams, drifts. In a hyper-aware person, it does not wander. It analyzes. It replays the interaction from Tuesday, looking for the thing you missed. It models how tomorrow's conversation might go, based on 17 variables. It reviews your own behavior with the same intensity you applied to everyone else's. You are not relaxing. You are running a background process that never terminates. And the exhausting part, the part that most highly aware people recognize immediately, is that you are tired not from what you did today, but from everything you noticed. You absorbed the mood of every room, the tension in every exchange, the unspoken weight of everyone around you, and your nervous system filed every single piece of it, whether you asked it to or not. The solution is not to become less aware. You cannot uninstall the program, and you would not want to, not completely. The practice is learning to interrupt the loop before it consumes the moment. Not analysis, not processing, just breath, just ground, just here. Because the most perceptive people in any room are capable of extraordinary depth in their relationships, their work, their inner life, but only when they learn that not every signal requires a response. Not everything needs to be understood right now. Some things are allowed to just be. If this resonated, and you want to understand more about how your mind works and how to work with it, subscribe to Actually Productive. The awareness is not the problem. The loop is, and the loop can be broken.
Thanks for watching. This is Actually Productive, where discipline beats motivation and consistency builds real results. Subscribe if you're ready to improve quietly. See you in the next one.